Hello, Saki. As you can see, I've got your picture up on screen here. And very first thing I'm going to do is level the horizon, which you're obviously quite familiar with, and straightforward thingamajig. And there we go. Okay, so what I want to do is get rid of this sort of misty look and make the picture pop a little bit more. So I want to do that over the entirety of the picture. So although I'm going to use a local adjustment, you'll see what I do that contradicts that term local, because it's going to go entirely over the entire image. So I pick invert mask, and when I press on the keypad M, it shows that the mask is applied to the entire image. Press M again to get rid of it, and we'll make our adjustment. I want to make this pop a little bit using clarity, so I don't know, maybe I'll give it 2 clicks here. Give it a little more darkness, and I maybe want to bring out the linear detail. So we'll click on structure. That brings it up a little bit more. It also pops the seascape a little bit, gives a little more detail there. Now, I think the headland is not really showing as much detail as and color as I'd like to see. So let's do a local adjustment there, and we'll add another layer, and I'll call this headland. And we'll paint a layer on here, and it'll be we'll draw the mask. My brush size seems to be, we can up and down that with the left square bracket key. You can see we should be, but it's not. What's going on? It worked before, but anyway, I'll just draw with that for now, and we'll show the mask being drawn in. Okay, let's try it now. Going over the edge isn't as nearly as critical as you might think. It's well, you'll see the result when I'm done. Now, I tend to not press down too much on my mouse here, because I find it causes more jerking than it actually creates extra control. So lightly does it better for me. And I'll pick up that little spot there. Now we'll just go back into the 3 little dots there and say fill mask, and I will fill it in, and hit M again to see it. M is supposed to show what is going on. Okay, didn't work. Why? There it is. Now that was weird. I don't understand why it did that. We can pick up a little bit more to clean it up a little bit. And if you're not familiar with this, and you may well be, we can go over to the eraser mask, and we can erase these little bumps. As I said a moment ago, it's not super critical to get it perfect. The effect is supposed to be subtle, and sometimes I just click on the icon or the eraser or the brush and just take little bites out of it, so I get a little more control. And there we have it. So M again should take it away. Yes, it did. It worked. My goodness. And with the exposure slider, might try taking it down a titch more, and then I'm going to bring up the clarity slider a little more. Whoops. That's on the entire image, and that's not what I want. Let's try it. I don't know why it is doing that. It's never done this to me in my own work. That was called Headland. Maybe it'll stop behaving itself now. So let's try that slider again. Let's try exposure and see what it does. Yeah, okay. So we've captured our headland. Let's take it down a smidgen and then bring up clarity a little bit. It's making it a little bit darker, but let's see if the, yeah, that's about where I'd like to be. Let's see if a touch of saturation might help it. Yeah, it did. And brightness. Right about there. That's where I want to keep it. Air has mass, and of course, the more of it between you and your subject, the more opaque it becomes. So I think that's realistic. What I'm going to do now is add another adjustment layer, and I'm going to call it Sky. And of course, that's what we're going to adjust. But this time, I'm going to do it with a radius. Sorry, which that's not where I wanted to go. I want to do it with a gradient mask, and we'll hit the shift. Hit the shift key, and that will keep it straight. And I'm going to bring it down to about here. And press M. Yeah, that's about where I want it. M again to go away. Now, let's bring the exposure down. That gives it a little moodiness I like, and let's see what we can do with, make that 5,000, see what it does. Cooled it right down. I could leave it there. Actually, I kind of like my colors on the cool side. I don't know why that is. I just like it. There's no other word or reason to explain it. I just like it. So let's increase the contrast a little bit in that sky. See what we get. Oh yes, and that's about where I'm going to leave it. The horizontal rainbow seems to have picked up a little color there. It's still very, very subtle. I think we're seeing a little more, not a whole lot, not overstated, but a little more detail in the cumulus cloud in the far distance. And overall, I think we've made it pop a little more, and I'll leave the final decision up to you, Starkey. But I'm seeing a little dust spot right there. I'll let you play with that if you want, or do whatever you want. I'd appreciate your comments after you've seen this. Any feedback is all helpful, and I'll see you back on the cafe, and I'll I'll post that on that particular page, and or this version on that particular page, along with this video to show the pretty simple process here. It's not too involved. Okay, see you back on the cafe, my friend. Bye for now.